Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? ANZD here with a second stimulus check update and a second stimulus package update and what's going on in Washington, D.C. Oh, man, ladies and gentlemen, it's been like a roller coaster going up and down, up and down. We're not exactly sure, but finally we got some words and we finally getting closer. So right now we got Mnuchin and Pelosi. We'll be discussing some more things. We have the White House definitely willing to support more stimulus check. And also the stock market is going crazy because now the negotiations are back on. It's back on, roller coaster's back on, and the president is tweeting that he wants bigger stimulus package. So let's see what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. Before I continue this video, please like, comment, and share, and subscribe to the channel so YouTube and the algorithm can give this video value and be of value to others. So let's continue. Now, Stephen Mnuchin and Speaker Pelosi are back in negotiation. That's right, back in negotiation because right now they're working on a second stimulus package and they're back in negotiation and it's looking good. It's looking good, ladies and gentlemen. So a lot of things is going on because now they're negotiating and they're back to talk about a broader stimulus package because, you know, after negotiation was called off, it was a lot of word about doing these standalone bills, about doing these skinny bills, these piecemeal deals, and it wasn't getting a lot of support, especially from the Democrats. The Democrats was not supporting, and some Republicans weren't supporting it either. So there was no support for the standalone bills and the piecemeal deals, you know, such as the airline bill they're trying to get to go through. And Nancy Pelosi said, okay, well, that didn't go through, so let's not do any standalone bill at all. So no standalone bill, then it's incorporated with a bigger deal. So it has to be incorporated with a bigger deal. And that's the way we're going right now. So as a quick follow-up, before the numbers from Republican, their last offer was about $1.6 trillion. The Democrats' offer was about $2.2 trillion, and they was negotiating going back and forth. Then we had the Problem Caucus Committee jumped in, and they was negotiating something about $1.7 trillion, which included a bump bonus of $300 billion just in case the COVID-19 would continue to proceed. So if the COVID-19 would continue to proceed, it was going to be a bump of about $300 billion, including a second stimulus check that would have been in March if needed. So if needed, they would have had it at 1.7, and if needed, they would have added another $300 billion, which would have included a second stimulus check in March. But that didn't really go quite through because Nancy Pelosi, she still was staring at her $2.2 trillion. She really wanted to go at $2.2 trillion, and the Senate, the Republicans, especially in the Senate, wasn't going to approve anything over $2 trillion. They didn't even want to see anything with a 2 in front of it. So as we proceed, the airlines were going to begin doing furlough on layoff, and that's what they're doing now because there wasn't any stimulus package for them. There wasn't any standalone deal, nothing like that. So right now, the airlines are still doing furloughs and layoffs, and about 32,000 people were furloughed. So the airline's saying, okay, listen here, we can recall those workers if the stimulus package goes through and if the COVID-19 aid deal passed through for the airline. And that's what they're working on right now. You got Mnuchin and Pelosi, they're working on that. They're negotiating out some numbers. The airline bailout is money for the airlines is included into the stimulus package talks, and no standalone deal for the airline package, and that was put in place last week, and that didn't last too long because the Republicans blocked it. So now both sides are back in talk about some of the numbers of this new stimulus package, and we're having some good things. They're trying to work out the details, taking steps by step to have a bipartisan deal, and to agree on and have some final numbers to go over. State and local funding, in addition to the unemployment insurance benefit, 400 or 600. How you doing? Good. All right. Yep. 400 to 600. So, you know, back in Tuesday, the president was saying, okay, well, all negotiations is off because he didn't like what he was hearing from Meadow and McConnell because they were saying that the negotiation wasn't going good, and that Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House, was stringing along Treasury Secretary Mnuchin along, and Trump really got upset and he said, okay, let's call off all negotiations. All negotiations were called off. But then come back Wednesday, they kind of understand that there was some miscommunication going on. So then by Thursday, the negotiations were back on, because anything else was standalone wasn't going to get anything that would have been standalone bill, because they was threatening like doing standalone bills, like 10 different standalone bills. And anything that they was talking about, Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats, the House of Representatives, weren't supporting that. So they had to get back to the drawing board and continue to work out the deal. So recently, Kudlow has said that the president would like to do a deal real soon, as really soon as possible. And Kudlow said they are putting the final touches on the deal as we speak. So as today, Friday, right now, we're going to have Mnuchin and Pelosi going to be having some more conversation later on in the evening in regards to the funding for state and local government, as well as the unemployment bonus. Another thing that recently happened was President Trump was recently tweeting about it. He says, COVID relief negotiation moving along. Let's go big. And that's kind of crazy, because just a few days ago, you were saying, oh, let's end the negotiation. I'm going to have to do presidential order. But right now, it's working out. Things are looking good. The president approves a revised package. That's right. They have a revised package, and the president have approved the revised package. And Mnuchin and Pelosi will speak about the revised package later on this evening. And that was coming from Kudlow on the interview that he did. So what's included in this new package? A few things that's included. They moved it up to about $1.8 trillion. So that moves from $1.6 trillion that the Republican have up to $1.8 trillion, which just sounds good. So Nancy Pelosi, we should just come down and then we can have something going in the works. And the president does approve this. So once again, we have money for the airline assistance, money for the PPP program, unemployment assistance should also be there. Also included will be stimulus check, because both sides agreed on stimulus check from way back from even like from August. So stimulus checks will be in there. Everything basically that was discussing. The main thing, it probably will be less money for state and local government, and also the funding for unemployment insurance. The unemployment insurance probably would be about, they're going between $400 and $600. $400 a week, that's what the Republicans wanted, and the Democrats wanted $600 a week. So hopefully they can work out something in between, $500 a week, and they can be able to work things out. So with that said, that's where we stand at right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're back in negotiation. The president said the negotiations are moving, and he's looking for something big. Let's go big, so we can get something on paper, written down. They can probably get it voted on next week. The House of Representatives can come back and vote on it. The Senate can come back and vote on it. And the president can come back and vote on it. And they're saying if so, then we can have some stimulus checks can probably start going out before the end of October. So that's great news. So hopefully they can work things out and we can continue to be safe, because right now the COVID-19 is on the rise, and other White House staff did get tested positive for COVID-19, and it's starting to rise in many states, along with countries in Europe. They're going to start to lock down again. So we're definitely going to need some more stimulus package. So once again, this is AZ Dawkins. Hope you got some value out of this. The negotiations back on. Please like, comment, and share, and subscribe to the channel so I can continue to update you when these updates come out. Once again, this is AZ Dawkins. Continue to be safe. Talk to you next time. Peace.